All right, man. I got some real good news for you. Well, I won't say real good news for y'all, but I got some rumors for you guys. So, man, I think I might upload them back to back. So, both pertaining to Terence Crawford. I got an update the other day, this morning about Terence Crawford. Um, so yeah, man, let's get to it, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video, right? So, so yeah, I got some news here, man. So apparently Keith Thurman was offered, um, Keith Thurman was offered the Terence Crawford fight again, right around the time when they was supposed to fight in the summer, and there was rumors that PBC was offering Terence Crawford a tune-up fight or a Keith Thurman fight, and then he could stay busy with that fight, then roll into Errol Spence fight. Apparently, Keith Thurman priced himself out of this fight again, and he asked for $10 million. Now, Keith Thurman was telling people that Earl or Terence Crawford had to see him, and apparently Terence Crawford had no issue in fighting. He had no issue in fighting Terence Crawford. Keith Thurman, but apparently Keith Thurman priced himself out of the fight. He kept asking for that $10 million, and I was put to me that Al Heyman is making him ask for $10 million. That's how it was put to me, is that Al Heyman is making him ask for $10 million, and that's the situation. Now, and that could be true. And that could be true. And that definitely could be true. But I mean, at the end of the day, he the one that's looking bad. He's the one that's looking bad in all of this. So apparently, it's a rumor that he might go up to 54, technically middleweight, maybe about 55, whatever. It was on Boxing Scene. He may go up there and he may take on Erislandy Lara. So you rather go up and wait, take on Lara and fight Bud, and probably, I don't know, maybe the Lara payday is a lot better. But apparently Terence Crawford was open. Remember his rumor that Terence Crawford, well, he wanted to tune up. He didn't want to tune up. I mean, can you really call Keith Thurman a tune up? He got to fight. He got to fight back. He fought in, and then Pacquiao fought him, and nobody was calling him a tune up, and he damn near beat Manny Pacquiao. So can we really call Keith Thurman a tune up? And I thought Keith Thurman was a very dangerous. I thought Keith Thurman was a very dangerous fight, and that's just my opinion. I thought Keith Thurman was a very dangerous fight, but it's just about the matchup. To me, I thought that was a little bit more dangerous than the Errol Spence fight. Because it's just the matchup. It's just, in my opinion, it's just a matchup. Kind of how how you box with Keith, you can make a mistake, and Keith can, he blows up his shots, but he just dangerous. I always thought that was a tougher fight for Errol Spence, and I thought it was an easier fight for Errol Spence than Terence Crawford, which is Keith Thurman. But styles make fights. You hear it over and over again in the great sport of boxing. Styles make fights. Styles make fights. Styles make fights. Styles makes fights. And it's true. But Keith Thurman had an opportunity to fight him again. Keith Thurman had another opportunity to take on Terence Crawford, and he turned it down. And he turned it down again. So I mean, man, this is wild. This is wild, man. He had an opportunity to take on, Terence Crawford and put himself in position to fight Errol Spence. So that told me two things. He really never wanted to fight Errol Spence, because he could have went through Keith Thurman. He could have went through Terence Crawford and got both the fights that he wanted. Since he could have went right through him. But obviously, we know Bud was receptive to that fight because he said, why not go right into the Keith Thurman fight? Why not go into the Terence Crawford fight with me? And what you need to tune up for Barrio so he don't believe in himself. So maybe he said that on the Sean Porter show. So I mean, to me, it is what it is, man. Keith Thurman is a joke. You run your mouth about everybody else, and you had an opportunity to revive your career. You had a big opportunity to revive your career, and you don't do it. And you don't do it. You could have fought him, and you didn't do it. And this probably would have went. This probably fight would have made the summer schedule a lot hotter. It definitely would have made the summer schedule. It would have made a great summer schedule. And Keith Thurman didn't want none. Then anyway, Keith Thurman caught COVID anyway. He said he got up to 188 pounds or something like that from ordering Uber Eats all day. So apparently, I mean, maybe if the fight schedule, maybe Keith Thurman ain't as reckless, and catches COVID. Maybe he's not as reckless. Maybe, but then again, he probably would have wanted to catch it anyway. So they wanted to see Terence Crawford in the ring with Keith Thurman, but somebody was telling me the information that, Al Heyman probably ordered and tell him to ask for $10 million. My thing is, if y'all trying to protect Spence, y'all trying to give Terence Crawford an introduction fight to Premier Boxing Champions, why not make the Terence to Keith Thurman fight? Jerron Anderson upset he asked for $10 million over there too. Wow. 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 So he really don't want to be in the mix. So we didn't know this. Technically we didn't notice at the time that, he turned down the Terence Crawford fight and asked for $10 million. So at least he consistent in his approach. He asked for $10 million versus Keith Thurman with Bob, versus Terence Crawford with Bob. He asked for $10 million, while with PBC. So at least he consistent in his approach. And then you turn around and they say you asked for $10 million versus Jerron Ennis. So if he don't fight Errol Spence, he don't fight Terence Crawford. We all know he ain't fighting Jerron Boots Ennis. He not fighting no Virgil Ortiz, and now he's trying to escape the 54 and fight Lar. So, like I said before, that fight makes no sense. Even if it is for the 160-pound Reggie Belt champion, Keith Thurman is just a mercenary, as is Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? That's what we can say. They just fighting for the money. But on top of that, Gervonta and Keith Thurman mimic each other. They'll sit here talk all this shit about the opponent that they don't have no ambitions on fighting. Come on, what does the Lara fight get you, bro? You might as well go for Demetrius Andrade then. And make Demetrius Andrade lose a couple pounds. He desperate. At least you'll be fighting for a real world title. He said that's a fight you want to advance from you losing in the amateurs. Think for the right to go to the Olympics. So to me, it don't matter what he run. I mean, he running 54, Tony Harrison, Erickson Lubin, guys like that. Can he beat J-Rock? I don't know. He don't want to compete. And you can blame Al Heyman for that, for not, when he was ready to compete, when he wanted to fight the Paulies and the Broners and the Amir Khans and the Mayweathers and the Madonnas and stuff, none of them dudes fought him. Some of them dudes pulled out. Some of them dudes never fought him. Even Sean Porter ducked him when he won the IBF. And then, he gave Sean Porter opportunity that Sean Porter didn't give him. No, and Danny Garcia stepped in the ring with him, but then again, he ain't no Hall of Famer in my book. I don't care what nobody said. You had a prime opportunity to fight this dude, then you price yourself out. Now, I don't know the particulars, but they say Bud was willing to take the Keith Thurman fight, so I really can't call it a tune-up. Anybody call Pacquiao victory over Keith Thurman a tune-up? No, he was out just as long, and he had a fight, with Lopez, and he had a fight with Barrios, both Mexicans, before he would have headed into this fight. So it is what it is. He never wanted to fight Errol Spence, right? You know, he never wanted to fight Errol Spence. He never wanted to fight Terence Crawford. Wasn't no size of the streets then. Crawford was, and maybe that would have got the Crawford deal done as far as the PBC deal. Would have made it a lot easier to transition to the Errol Spence fight. Maybe him and Keith Thurman do some good shit talking. They deliver and they put the money up. What if Keith Thurman win? You know, but he knows he knew he was probably gonna get stopped. And that's all it is. He knew he was gonna get stopped. Him and Bud basically fought 2 months apart, if that. He knew he was gonna get stopped, so he didn't really matter. He didn't want to mess with Spence. He knew he'd get stopped. He didn't want to mess with Terence Crawford. He knew he'd get stopped. He'd rather go up to 54. He wasn't gonna fight Jerron Ennis. Never was gonna fight Conor Ben. You know, his asking price, anybody that's a threat, he wasn't fighting. He wasn't fighting him. You know, and that's just what it boiled down to. Come on. Talking about Lara. Like, man, like who asked for that fight? Who asked for that fight? Nobody. Oh man, Eric Keith Thurman need to fight Lara. Says who? Come on. So I mean, what's somebody else talking about fighting Lara? Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia. Talking about fighting Lara. These niggas rather fight Lara than fight Bud. This is wild, bro. They'd rather fight Lara than fight Bud. I know Lara Asian and all that stuff, or you know, Lara fighting a little bit more aggressive. It might not. It ain't no easy way out. Consider catchweight with Lara expects to return in October. I don't never want to see him return. I don't never want to pay attention to watch him fight. But hey, that is what it is, man. I mean, if you want my opinion on the Lara fight, man, depends on what the weight. I think Lara can make anywhere from 50 to 60 easily, so I don't think it's an issue for him. I think he can make that weight easy. I think he can make that weight easy. Easily. And Keith Thurman probably gonna get stopped. He's probably gonna get stopped. And that's my opinion. He probably gonna get stopped. He probably gonna get stopped. So that's my opinion on it. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Hit bell icon button. Increase chance get notifications. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit my link tree. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. The only two places you can reach out to me. If you have a question, business question, car response, your video question, want to chop it up, want to whatever you want to, do a sponsor a business on here, hit me up. Or you got a question about YouTube, so hit me up. But also, the podcast from last night already up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Radio Public, Stitcher. Number of places you can listen to it ad free. Follow me on whichever one y'all deem y'all like to listen to. Rate me on there, man, and help me get my numbers up on there. But my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal is also inside the link tree. I'll pin it in the comment section. But it's always the first link in the comment section, other than the live stream. What it is in the live streams, it is too. So, but other than that, Cash App is $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time, peace.